Hey, y'all. Uh, Kara,
Yeah.
can you take me through those last couple possessions? Um, you know, wasn't able to hit a couple free throws, but ended up getting the ball back and getting the layup and then
Yeah.
getting to be able to put in that same position to kind of finish it off. Kind of just take us through a little bit of that whole mindset of those last couple minutes.
Yeah, I mean, first it started on the defensive end, trying to contain Elizabeth without fouling. She had some good buckets. And then, going on the other end, just being aggressive on the boards, kind of knowing the plays that we were drawing up. And I've had situations before where the O board comes off on that side, so I was just kind of prepared for it. Definitely couldn't hit my free throws today. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just glad I was able to finish it. Shout out to Lucy. Beginning of the game when I was missing a couple, she was just on me like, you're gonna keep making them, like keep shooting them, keep having confidence. Don't let, your head drop. And I think that's maybe why I finished the game. So shout out to her.
Were you hyped to kind of get that extra opportunity?
Oh, yeah, I was about to take it dark. I was gonna be very upset with myself if we didn't finish that win out. So I'm just happy we finished it and closed the game.
Sydney, can you share your kind of thoughts on the late game execution? They were able to rally, but at the same time, you guys were able to get stops when you needed them and finish it off.
Yeah, in the huddle, I'm looking at a younger group that is finding their way towards winning and executing in those last 4 minutes. And um, I don't know, I just felt like I was talking to them in a way where they're starting to already know, what I'm going to say, what the points of emphasis are, how to close this game out, defensive rebounding, not settling for what the defense gives us, but kind of find what we want. Huge, huge extra pass, by the way. Off her offensive rebound, kicked it out to Shug. I mean, she's just been outstanding in terms of sharing the ball and Aaliyah getting us second chance opportunities and always confident. So I guess I'm mentioning that because I'm seeing players show themselves in those moments, and that means they're starting to get more comfortable down the stretch, and it's tremendous growth.
Sydney, I know you pride yourself on how the defensive identity that this team has been able to kind of put together. How do you feel like they were able to handle the defensive intensity Chicago was putting at you guys, especially early on?
Yeah, no, it was a well played game. Both teams competed, and you're right to signal out like they played hard on both ends as well. Um, I don't know. I just feel like we're growing. I saw the way Slim handled herself, like, in terms of loaded up defense and getting downhill and sharing the game. Just I don't know. I just see a team that's like we're growing up a little bit against a good defensive team. You gotta give Chicago credit in terms of how hard they played.
Like it feels like every Chicago game we have you here at the post-game podium chatting. Tonight, what was it today with this matchup? It seemed like you came in and you were able to find holes in their defense that everyone else in the roster was able to find after you found them.
Yeah, I think it was like what 2 minutes into the game when I subbed in and I just knew that how physical the game was going to be for the rest of the game. And I think that I just came in with that competitive spirit like I always do. It just had to do it on both ends of the court. And I think that I just take pride in that. I got a lot of deflections, a lot of second chance opportunities for the team, and just anything I can to help us get the win. I think also it's my birthday tomorrow, so I had to come in with big energy so that yeah, we get big dubs today.
Thank you. It looked like you had some big matchups there with the Angel throughout the game. Could you kind of take us through that matchup that you had with her? I know you like to have the energy. She's also one that likes to play with energy. So could you take us through that matchup a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we both like to talk a lot. We both, from DMV, and that's just something we do. We compete. We like to show how passionate we are, and every time we go, it's gonna be a good show.
That was
Aaliyah.
the PG version,
Yeah.
by the way. That was the PG version. Well done. Well done.
1% better.
Aaliyah, they talked about your energy on the court. Before the game, coach was just talking about the energy that the team has on the bench as well. And I don't know if you know, but your energy on the bench is infectious. I was back there like, oh, here we go, Aaliyah. Yeah, so can you talk about that and just the cohesion as a team this year? Like it just seems completely different than last year.
Yeah, I think one of our identity for our team this year is sisterhood. So, whether it's the first five on the court or those coming in, I think that we have that mindset of we're engaged, we're still competing, and we always want to celebrate and uplift the teammate beside you. And I think that that carries on onto the court and also on the bench, as you said. Bench mob, we always bring the energy because sometimes you may not get it within the game, within the 40 minutes, and you need to get it from your teammate. So those timeouts, those moments are really special and really important to feed off of one another. So yeah, I try to lead that. But I think every one of us, as you said, we're a young group. We never know when our time is on the court, but until then, we just stay ready.
All right, so my question first is for Kira. So you had a total of 11 assists last season, and now you're up to 25 assists this season alone. How was playmaking something that you wanted to add to your game, or can you take me through that?
Yeah, that's always been something I've wanted to show. As a versatile post player who can pretty much attack anybody and have an advantage, I also am able to dish it out and find my teammates. That's something I was able to do like my rookie season overseas, getting that opportunity to show what it looks like to really have a team be built around me and put the ball in my hands. And now, I'm trying to figure it out on the floor now that I'm playing and healthy. And, coach has been on me since training camp of, obviously I feel like I'm unguardable, but just being able to use my skills to also help everybody else. And yeah, that's just who I want to be is a versatile playmaker who plays on both ends. So.
And then for Aaliyah, your confidence these last few games has been showing so much more. Can you just say like what's behind that or what's driving that for you?
Um, I think it's just the work I put in. I just trust it. Preparation and being proactive in that. That's really what drives it. But outside of that, I would say the coaches, my teammates, my family. It's a long season, and we've been mentioning earlier, you just gotta be ready for the moment. And we didn't have the best last couple of games, so this was a good one for us. Good team win.
Sydney, if you can, if you can kind of go back and explain just the 1% better. I'm sure you've talked about it a lot, and obviously it's ingrained in the players. But when did that start, and what do you?
Yeah, they're having a little fun right now. With what we talk about, which is just getting better every day. And I'm not there's a little bit of an inside story on that. But the bigger picture is true that we are trying not to rest on like what we've done the day prior. And so just trying to build on like an effort constantly improving on like our defensive rebounding or our scout or our sisterhood or our joy. Those are like real values to us, in terms of improving, and they've taken to it. Like I just feel so good to coach them because they're coachable. They're good players, but they're open to trying to get better, and so they're living and breathing it. That's the best way I can answer that.
And Karen, Aaliyah, this atmosphere. Not trying to just prompt you to say something positive about Camp Day, but if it's loud and obnoxious, please tell me. But what is it like to play in this atmosphere, which is a wall of squills throughout the game?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to, warn the rookies before the game, like I don't think you guys have really heard anything probably like this. It's a lot of screaming, it's a lot of, engagement, and that's what we want at the end of the day. I mean, that's the environment we want to be in. That's what playoffs is going to be like. And we just had to stay locked in and stay together and just really up our communication. That's something that we've been struggling with a little bit and tried to focus on it in practice. And I mean, it's just a perfect day to really figure that out, especially with all the kids yelling. So
Yeah, I love it too. I think um just like the music, the vibes, obviously the screams. I get to dance a little bit more. Yeah. I think also we're playing in a new arena today too, and we play here again on Thursday. I think it's just great for the kids in this area who can't get into the city and usually see us play at our home court. So I think it was just a great opportunity for kids to just get outside, appreciate women's basketball, obviously celebrate the Mystics, and just see where they can be if they want to aspire to be a pro basketball player. It's easy to dream it, but actually seeing somebody, talking to somebody, taking a picture with one of the players, I think it means a lot to them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.